In this tutorial, we're going to talk you through how you can change the background of the app and the colours. So first of all, we need to make sure that the app is all enabled. So you go into your menu option here and you'll see that these are all the QR codes which are set up. I'm going to look at the room service one here. So we can see it's enabled because it's gone green. I've got a QR code, which is all good. So what we need to do is to make sure that it looks okay. So to do that, you grab the link here, and then I've got one set up here already, so you can see this is what it looks like. So the first thing that pops up here when you load it up on your phone will be your logo and room number. So this is an option in which you can specify as well for the app. Do you want it to force a location first? It may be table service. You may want them to put a table number in. In this case, it's bedroom. So we want them to drop in their room number. So I can pop in their room number here. And you'll notice, currently it looks very bland. I've got no background image. It's very plain. So if I go back into the selection in here, what I can do, I can go to my settings, and if I just shrink the page down a bit, and I go into core, here are the colours. So I've got my core colour as white, I've got my second accent colour as white, and then I've got a grey here. So what I can do, actually can change this second core colour to a different colour. So I'm going to use our blue actually, so I can actually just go and get the blue. Just give me 2 seconds. Let me just grab this colour. There we go. I'm going to pop the colour into here. Right, so this is the hex. You need the hex value of the colour. You get this online. If you've got a Photoshop or some sort of photo editing tool, you can get the hex colour from that. So I've got a blue as my first, and I've got like a grey. So this is like a grey colour. Modal options. This allows the options to pop up in a box instead of actually displaying them in line. So if I go through to items, if I go through to here, instead of having the items in a line here, I can actually have them as a pop-up box. So if I turn that on and give this a refresh, you now see I've got review options and add. Yeah, so the options come up as a little box instead. Some people like that, some people don't. Majority of our customers turn it off and then have it as just in line. People like to see all the options available. You can also decide whether to have pictures or not, so you can turn these on and off. If you turn the pictures off, again, you'll have it without pictures. So a lot of customers will start to say, most will put them in because people buy with their eyes. But if you don't have pictures, you can either put the logos for each one, so the branding, or you can just turn them off completely. So let's put them back on again. We like it when it's on. There we go. It looks better with the pictures, and we all buy with our eyes, so it's a good thing to have in there. So that will give you the basic colours, which will essentially allow you to colour certain areas. So in this instance, the blue is colouring my bar and my writing. Yeah, the grey or the dark grey is my buttons, yeah, which match my branding. I'm still looking a bit bland because I've got a white background. So if I go into my menu management here, there's an option here to edit menu, and you'll see all the different menus we've got set up. So if I go to, I think I've got the restaurant menu assigned to this. So if I click on here and then I browse for my background image, there we go, let's just drop this in. There we go, and then I just replace. I chose restaurant because you'll notice actually against my room service, the restaurant menu is assigned here. Now, if I go and give this a refresh, you'll see that I've actually got a background image. Now in this instance, it's actually not the best because it's a dark background, and really I could have done with a white background because of my text on the logo. Let me just quickly change that. So I'm just in my editing tool at the minute. Actually, I'm just going to change this to white. So if I go in here, I'll just change this to white to give me a few seconds. There we go. I'll just give it a save. You can't actually see what I'm doing here, but I'm actually changing the picture in my editing tool. And then if I come back into here and I go back to edit the menu, so if I go back up here and edit the menu, you'll see that in a minute this is the restaurant one here. I'm going to replace this for a whiter version. You'll see I've just made it lighter. And then give that a save. And then if I give this a refresh, you see all I've done is just replaced it for a lighter version. I've also noticed this blue isn't particularly great against the white background. So I would probably look to replace that for a slightly lighter grey. So if I go into here and go to my settings and go to core, I can actually change this blue. I'm going to set it to a grey for now. I don't think this will be my final colour change. Oh no, it's still a bit light. Let me just go and grab another colour from the system. So I'm just going to grab a slightly darker grey. Change this one to 575757. That should make it slightly darker. There we go. Yeah, so I've got a slight contrast in that grey and that grey. But it stands out a little bit more now. Happy with that. And that will just sit behind all the different options you've got in your sliders. So you've got control over your logo, the colours in between order and service, and the background image. You've got control over the images you put in your categories, and obviously the image you put in here. So there we go. That's how you style.